I'm very much looking forward to presenting my book in Tokyo at the beginning of November. I wrote this new book, which in English is called Collaborating with the Enemy, because I started to notice a pattern in many domains, both in my professional work with stakeholders and in my own organization and in my own personal life. And the phenomena was that people said, well, in order to do what I want to do, in order to get where I'm trying to go, I need to work with those people, but I don't want to work with those people. And the more I paid attention to this phenomenon, the more I noticed this pattern of fragmentation and polarization, and even in some cases demonization, and this difficulty of working with diverse others. This phenomena seems to me to be a fractal, something that has the same properties at all scales. It happens politically, internationally, in communities, in organizations, in families. And what I tried to do in this book was to really get to the essence of this phenomenon, what's going on in these interactions amongst diverse actors, what's going on interpersonally, and what's going on intrapersonally, what's going on within me, within each of us, as we try to do our work with diverse others. I think in the book I've managed to get closer to the essence of what it takes to work together with diverse others. And I've done this in a certain way, the way I've done all of my thinking and writing, which is just many years of trial and error and learning, of thinking I understood how to do something and then trying it out and finding it isn't as I thought it was, and trying again and trying again and trying again. So that's one thing that's behind the book. But another thing is what seems to me to be two contrary tendencies in the world. On the one hand, I think we're living in a situation where the scope for unilateral action, the force for people, the scope for people to get things done by imposing the way they want it to be done, the scope for that approach is shrinking with more voice and more horizontality and more networking. So in a way, that's a force that's encouraging the kind of work that my book is discussing. And at the same time, I think in many parts of the world, we see the opposite tendency of increasing top-down, increasing, well, you could say increasing dictatorship in many contexts. So in a certain sense, this book is trying to provide support and encouragement and tools to encourage that first tendency and to fight against that second tendency. The audience for the book is really everybody who's trying to work with diverse others at whatever scale, whether they're trying to do this on large public issues, social and political issues, whether they're trying to do it within their own organization, or whether they're trying to do it within their own community or family. I'm looking forward to coming back to Japan. I've been visiting and working regularly in Japan since 1986, so more than 30 years. Maybe this phenomena I'm discussing of finding it both necessary and difficult to work with those others, maybe it shows up differently in Japan, but I think it does show up, and therefore I think, or I hope, that the book can be useful to Japanese readers and practitioners. I hope people who are serious about doing this, about working with diverse others, will read the book, will come to the events in Tokyo. I look forward to meeting you there. Thanks very much.